this movie highlights such a major event in American history, my question to you is, why don't many Americans know about this?
You know, I don't know. I didn't know about it, and that was part of the reason why I felt compelled to tell the story. I think a lot of times we're drawn to big events. We're drawn to explosions or riots or, burning crosses or bricks through windows, especially when we're focusing on tragedies of the Jim Crow South, all of which happened, all of which need to be documented and talked about. The Loving story is a quiet one, and those sometimes, I think, slip from the memory of our collective history. But despite how quiet they were very powerful. And the effect that their love had on our country, on our laws, but also just on the makeup of our society is something that needs to be talked about, celebrated, and remembered.
And what's the biggest takeaway, in your opinion, from the movie?
I think it's that there are people at the center of these debates. We're having very important debates about racial equality, marriage equality, and those debates can and probably should be quite heated. But while we're having them, I think we need to remember we're talking about people, talking about people's lives, and that's what Richard and Mildred represented.
Now, as a director, you are really good at giving people instructions and telling them what to do and how to do it. How can we take this story off screen and really push and further the conversation?
Well, I think you have to look at parts of yourself that you can't deny. Parts of yourself that whether you want to or not, you're not going to change. That's what Richard and Mildred did. Richard had the opportunity to divorce her, to return to a life of white privilege in the American South that he was being denied, but he didn't do that because he loved his wife. And I think that's what they're showing us is if there's something in your nature, if there's something that's a part of you, then you have to accept it, you have to realize it, and you have to stand by it.